Hello everybody, this is Bite Me here. I wanted to do a quick video to show how to get Dayz local servers running on Linux. I recently have switched over to Cache OS from MX Linux. I find that it's much more compatible with running games. I used MX Linux for a number of years, but I'm pretty impressed with the way I can get things up and running with Cache OS. So I have Cache OS installed. I have Steam installed. I've installed Dayz and I have installed the Dayz server. So both of those I've installed. With Dayz, as I've installed it, I added it with a compatibility layer and I'm running it against Proton Air Experimental. I know there are other Proton ones that people are running with, but I find that Experimental has worked with me. And then one other thing I am running with this, I'm running Mango HUD as a way for me to see my statistics when I'm running my game. Look at FPS, 1% lows, how my CPU and how my GPU are running, things like that. The other thing that I did within Dayz, a really big thing within Linux is the way that they handle mods for Dayz. It's kind of problematic. So what I had to do was go into the workshop within Dayz, go under my workshop files, go to subscribed items, and I cleared this out. I had hundreds of mods from running against servers over the past couple of years, and so to run it local, I really just wanted to clear it out and get just the mods that I'm using. So I have a dozen or so mods that I'm using, and this will become very important when you get to running the server in Linux, and I'll show you that in a minute when I get down to looking at the files themselves. So I have I have Dayz installed, and I have Dayz Server installed. So if I go look at the files, the local files, so I can go into the share, go down to Steam, go down to Steam apps and common. So as you can see on our common, I have both Dayz and Dayz Server. So if I open up Dayz, you'll see that at the top of it, I have the mods, and they are just with a @ symbol and then a bunch of characters after it. And this is how in Linux the mods will show up. In Windows, it'll show up with the name of vanilla server, whatever it might be. But in Dayz, in Linux, it shows up like this. So I took the mods, I copied them from Dayz, I copied them over to my Dayz server, and then I went through each one of these and took the key file out and added it to my keys. And then I had to go through and figure out which add-ons, or which ones are which. So as you can see, this one is a Hashima, and I'm currently running the Hashima server, the Hamashima map on my server. So that's one of the mods that I'm running. So I have all the mods. I've added all of the keys. I have the NP mission files here, and as you can see, I have the main Hashima. I have modified some of the files within here. So under the DB, I've modified the types.xml, and they've spread it out under a bunch of different XMLs. I won't go through how Hashima works. There are a lot of videos out there on how to do that, but I have added in some extra food, some extra um, weapons and things like that, just to get a little bit of a faster start. And then I've got the server dz.config and then a start.sh, which I created from the start.batch file on Windows. So if I go and I look at this file, I can open it with Kate. We can bring it up a little bit. You'll see that I have my host name. It's Bite Me Server. I've changed a few things. I've accelerated the time a little bit so that night isn't quite as long. And then I have my template down here as main Hashima. So that's the server that I'm running. And then I'll go look at the start.sh. Again, we'll open it with Kate. Go back to Kate. As you can see here with the server.sh, we set some variables, some local variables in here. I've added in the mods. So as you see, this is how you have to add in the mods to run them on Linux. So these would be the unlimited stamina, Hashima Islands assets, and then spawner Babaku, which is necessary to run Hashima. And then as you go down further, I will add the server.dz and the start.sh on my GitHub, and you can download those and play with them how you want. But if you look at the Dayz startup, it starts it up and it passes in all the parameters, the mods, and things like that. So then I can go down to a command prompt, As you can see, I'm in the server, the Dayz Server folder on my box, and I can run start.sh. And as you can see, my server is now launching. I'll go back to Steam. I will launch Dayz. One other thing that I found within Dayz, when the launcher loads, it's tiny. It doesn't scale very well to my monitor. I have a 1440p monitor. It doesn't scale very well. So the text can be pretty small, but it's not too bad. I can go to my local servers, go to LAN, and as you can see, it's really hard to see, but it says Bite Me Server, and I'm running 5 mods. I'm running Spawner Barbecue, Hashima Islands, the Hashima Islands assets, Hashima server mod pack, and then unlimited stamina. And then I can run this. So now I'm going to start up Dayz with all of my mods running, and I get to play on Linux. As you can see up in the right-hand corner, that is the Mango HUD showing you all the statistics. I got my GPU percentage, how many megahertz it's running, what the temperature is, the CPU, how much VRAM I'm running currently, how much RAM I'm loading, and then as you can see, I'm running under the DKVK instead of normally in Windows it would show that you're running that under running under what is it 11, not 12, but 11. So DirectX 11, not 12. So I'm running under a different server here. And the performance is pretty good. I wouldn't say it's incredibly, any better than Windows, but it does run pretty smoothly. Hashima has a lot of assets and can run pretty slow on any server. Depending on where you are on the Hashima Island, it's a great server if you're not familiar with it. That's a lot of fun. But yeah, there you go. That is running Dayz local server under Linux. Thank you.